Okay, let's go.
Sunshine, sunshine,
Yeah.
sunshine.
All right.
She's a goddess with a body that's like a bow.
You don't say.
She's crowned with a halo of silky shiny gold. Shine, shine. The mountains are the most Twin Peaks. Yes,
Whoa, Billy.
she towers over all as we are at her feet. Shine,
Where was she when I was young?
All right, what I'm going to do here, and first things first, I got to check and make sure I can be heard. You never know with this thing. You just never know. Uh, yeah, okay, I can be heard. All right, I'll take off onto this. Coloring these drawings I did on Pat Dixon's show, mostly of everyone's favorite Karmic. After that, I'll do this Photoshop for Anthony Cumia's show, and going back to a Star Trek theme because Anthony talked about the Starfleet Academy show, which I'm skipping because there's only so much bad Star Trek I can stand, and I've had my fill. Oh boy, haven't I! Anyway, here we go. This one is supposed to be Karmic in his most recent outfit, where he was dropping the leather jacket, which he's known for, his signature, his brand, even. So, oh boy, it was an earth-shattering moment when this happened. Sure, and I didn't really pay much attention. I noticed that the shirt looked to be a sequin shirt. But Pat was saying that the jacket looked like a woman's jacket. I don't know. I mean, one can only speculate, of course, what woman, but definitely the shirt, probably. So I don't know, but that's what he was wearing on a recent stream. So there we go. So this is what I'll start off with. Go ahead and color it by adding a different layer. And first things first, I'll go ahead and do the flesh tone. Here we'll start on, I guess, on his hand. That's his thumb there. His hand holding off to the side as he holds his cigarette. I think he was trying to switch over to vaping, but cigarettes still quite the favorite of Carmichael. I've heard tell that cigarettes are the most addictive thing for you to, get addicted to. And more times than not, it appears to be true. I wouldn't know. I've never been a smoker. Oh. I mean, I tried once, and I couldn't stop coughing, and I thought, this is terrible, and I never looked back. But other people, well, they cough too, but I don't know, something about it, they just said, I got to try this again. And they did. And that was over 40 years ago. So, it's just one of those things people pick up to, the pass the time, it apparently relieves stress. Yeah. And I guess for Mr. Karmic here, that's what he relies on. Of course, there was Crown Royal. What was that? Kratom, I guess. All that stuff that he delved into, but supposedly that's all in the past. And so now, all that remains is cigarettes. Can he say goodbye to cigarettes? Well, probably not, but, I guess it just means when he's in, a certain area or place to stay at, he'll have to smoke outside. But when he's actually home, he can smoke away right there in his own chair in the comfort of his own home. Yeah. So that's how he's dealing with that, I suppose. Anyway, the shows, they're all the same. He's boasting about himself and everybody else is crap. And he's been nothing but honest with everybody. Of course, only Karmic could say that with a straight face. Yeah. But he has his character Caddy Z that he goes into. Apparently to be his news reader now, so that he'll part of his show and that he'll check out the news. And so he was doing that. Of course, I don't think any of questions coming in from Super Tip or Super Chat had anything to do with the news. Instead, well, they only wanted to talk to him about, Gilly. And he didn't take too kindly to that. So, plus, the rules. So it could even be something, nothing insulting or anything like that. Nothing particularly nasty. Just, the rules. Yeah. And he'd better be damn quick to do that because I guess he's still on probation or whatever. Probably something like that. And he's got to be extra careful when it comes to that sort of thing. So, gee, how's he doing lately? It's same. Yeah. So I wasn't really paying all that much attention, but even now, what's he up to now? Ah, same shit. And he cries about the same thing and lashes out at everybody else. Says they have no talent, they won't do their own thing, and all that. And it's and it somehow they've besmirched him when all it is actually watching what he himself has produced. And for some reason, that part of it never occurs to him. Yeah. So I guess it'll never happen, you know? Guess not. But it's ultimately the dishonesty in showering himself with praise that he's some sort of champion of honesty, you know, when nothing could be further from the truth. Then there was some guy making the joke about midwits unite was the joke, saying, well, karmic, and I was just sitting there, I wasn't even really paying attention because, you know, I mean, it takes a while for me to have any interest in this. And then after a while, I was like, oh, listen to that. And then it's funny. And so, you know, but, you know, the Midwits Unite thing, of course, he wrote it in Midwits Untie, which, yeah, okay. But Karmic took it to mean, because of the word mid was in it, that this must have been a jab against people who live in the Midwest. And he gets on tears about, you know, being in Minnesota and stuff like that quite a bit. And this, he went on for, I mean, I don't know if it was exactly 30 minutes, but it sort of seemed like it. And he went off on, you know, Minnesota and the state it's in now and all that stuff. A lot of what he said, I'm thinking, well, it sounds about right. But it wasn't the point. But the letter M and a W were prominently featured in the term. So that's what he thought. So perhaps one day. Let's see here now. Oh, damn, I'm already forgetting. I think that might be, and I got to kind of set it up like this here. Oh, this is going to take some doing. Oh, this will take some doing. Oh, yeah. Don't you know? All right. Oh, I better make sure. Yeah, I guess it did. Okay. And there we go. And the other color, and well, that'll do you. So now I gotta put sparklies. Yes, sparklies all over the shirt. So I wonder how I should do this. Make another layer. maybe just go for a brush that has sort of a scatter to it. I don't even know how much of this. I don't think this part is visible through OBS, but all right. So this might work. There we go. Let me see here. Do I want it to be like really extreme like that? No. Extra bright. I don't know. Maybe make it glow a little. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's not what I meant to do. I meant outer glow, not inner glow. Let's see. We'll do it like that. Nah, that don't work. That'll do. There we go. There's. Of course, it looks like, Look, I didn't pick the shirt, all right. So I'll go over to this one. This one, I don't know. That was the first one I drew in the night. It was actually from an earlier. He was on MLC. The first humiliation he suffered at the hands of, Mommy Fuddle and Daddy KB. So, wait, it's probably this one. Damn it, I got it. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Whoops. All right, I got to go back here. Fix this stupid hair. There you go. See, I'm fidgeting with it almost as much as he does. Jeez. But anyway, that's where they went into gratuitous detail. And then he just starts volunteering stuff, which even Fuddle was not prepared for. But it's like, oh, well. Yeah. But the whole point was to bring him in, make fun of him, humiliate him like that. But he's so enamored that he'll just go ahead and put up with that no matter what. And, well, that's how that went. Then the whole thing where he volunteers about, well, I was trying to, finish, and I ended up doing damage to my pecker. I did damage to my pecker. And, okay. What? And there you go. And he decided he'd like more of that because that was the first thing. The second thing was what I call the show trial, where he had to go in and pretend like everything was all false. All the stuff he said about Gilly, which, most of that was true. It all fits and everything. Anyway, but he, a few minutes, a few minutes, a couple of days, and he's like, what have I done? So, goes back crawling, and so he's got to sit there and take the beating. Once again in the church of the church, church. I meant to say courtroom of MLC, and there you go. It would be sad if anyone still felt sorry for him, but well, that only goes for so long, and then It's gone. Yeah. But sooner or later, the fascination's got to end, right? Um, and it's like, is he going to keep lying all the time? And the answer is yes. You know, the only surprising thing, and if this would ever happen, it seemed to for a moment, but even that was, you know, like, well, let's see how long this goes. A day? Okay, well, there we go. We got our answer, you know. And so he goes back into the fold, and then now he's gonna kick booze and all that type of stuff. So now that'll probably last longer than, you know, obviously it already has, than his I'm done with funnel and all that, you know. But but there he is. There he is. Now I suppose a meltdown will come eventually if, you know, what's in it for fuddle. I mean, that's one of the major mysteries here. Uh, Perhaps it's even true. Maybe she does feel, you know, kind of bad about him and stuff. And also, there's the power dynamic. I mean, she has absolute authority over him, even after he had a break, you know, and couldn't take any more of, well, the insanity, even though he himself is, you know, and yet it was too much for him at one point, and that was one break. Now to come back, he's got to crawl and beg and all that, which clearly he was willing to do. And so I guess if she generally does have concerns about him and all this stuff, and of course is drawn to the fact that she's always going to be in charge, then it's a messed up way to be, but it's their business. And if it all works out, I guess that's kind of a win in the end, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe not. Anyway, that's the new jacket, the glitter shirt. Yeah, pretty soon it'll just be a sequin gown. So anyway, here's this old jacket. I don't know why. It's weird how it has this texture to it. It usually comes about with pencil drawings, but I did go over with the ink. So there we go. Karmic's, fashion show. Then there was this one. I forget already what the hell he was talking about. I didn't quite capture the hair here, but he was in this position. Whoops, that's not going to work. And so I quickly drew that. And it worked out. So he was going through the usual thing. He's mad at Melton, mad at Dixon. Who else? I guess he's still mad at Joey C. MKE, yeah, hates him. I mean, they went at it. I think probably it wasn't even really so much anything. I mean, they don't like each other and all that. But I mean, I seem to recall that he got so pissed off because one point he was on the bad side of Daddy Kevin, and but MKE was still invited on the show and would get the link and all that, and of course MKE will openly tell Kevin to fuck off and stuff like that, and would show up drunk and all that. And Karmic is like, ooh, why does he get to do the show? He's a drunken piece of shit, and all that. And so I'm thinking that's kind of the real problem, or at least initially, But, and I mean, in a way, it's a fair question. I mean, and that was one of his kind of funnier moments where he was just crapping on MKE and all that, and he started screaming, "Entertainment, entertainment!" Jeez, because all he does is show up drunk and stuff like that, and so you get that out of it. But ever since, those two will never get along. Oops. Not the least of which is, well, I think MKE has a soft spot for Gilly. Oh, that's not going to sit well with Karmic. And, you can understand. Yeah. But anyway. But before anything like that, it's Daddy Kevin, the affections of Daddy. And he got jealous. That seems Daddy Kevin has a soft spot for Mr. Kill Everything. And Karmic doesn't understand. And that makes Mr. Kill Everything a threat. So in a lot of ways, Karmic is kind of like it's like Chad Zumach. He doesn't like anybody else having Kevin's favor. He's threatened by that. I mean, considering everything that's going on, I don't think he should worry too much about it. For whatever reason, Kevin keeps him around. So I mean, that's for Chad. For Karmic, I don't know. As long as he's entertaining to have because of his stupidity, then I suppose he'll keep bringing him on. So what are the odds that could run out? So he's got that going for him. And other than that, what does Gilly have other than when Kevin starts remembering how pissed off he is at Pat Dixon? So that's Gilly's only function. So that continues there. But then another function can now be all about the idiot boyfriend, Karmic. Now, what did you do now? And he comes on there. And put him through the ringer again. And it's all fine, because he'll sit there and giggle and, because at least he's getting attention from Daddy, you know? And in the end, isn't that all that matters? Maybe so. But perhaps, just perhaps, one or both gets tired of this, and then it all comes to an end. So I suppose that's the ultimate interest that keeps the interest alive, is that eventually just about everyone, except one person in particular, is waiting for this to occur and is aware that it'll occur. The massive crash. And, well, then what do you do? I mean, him getting an opportunity to go to Hackamania, especially if if he was invited there, there was going to be some show put on about him or something like that, which there never was, unless the original deal was for, I guess, for him to reach out to Michael Bauer, and the two of them would be a part of a show. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting, I suppose. But anyway, and then by the time it gets to Scarlet and all that, I don't know that was. I mean, I think Melton himself said it wasn't really real or what have you. But anyway, uh, just the idea alone that he wouldn't consider it because he might get in trouble with mommy is just ridiculous. And you've already been through that relationship. It's not good. And you go to Hackamania. I'm not saying great things will happen for you there, but it would be a better for your morale and whatnot to actually be in the company of people who you find out don't really mean you all that ill will. But I don't know. I mean, even that probably still wouldn't get it because he might, he'd be all smiles and laughing and stuff. And then when he got back home, within a day, he'd be right back where he was. So anyway, there he was. Doesn't quite capture the haircut because he did something to where it's in this part. I don't know. It looked strange. I don't know what else he did to it, but well, he did it. All right. So the next thing was it took a look at Joey C. Getting mad at Dave Sarah on Ray DeVito's show. Now, Dave Sarah seemed to suggest that Joey C's presidential campaign was not on the up and up. This might be some sort of scam. Now, I'll admit, Joey C made a good point. I mean, how was he supposed to scam the money out of this? Because, I mean, how many people were giving money to his campaign, Now, there's ways people have taken advantage of campaigns for the sake of just taking all the monies at the end of it. Well, we tried, but it didn't work and all that. But one of the scams would be something akin to, well, you need a campaign office. But let's say you already own an office building. So now you can pay yourself the campaign money for the rent of the office space within it. And so the campaign money literally goes into your pocket or something along those lines. So, yeah, there's, I'm sure there's more than that, but I've never bothered to run for office. And that could be a way, but I mean, what means does Joey C have to pull this off? Yeah. But anyway, I guess just Dave Sarah just really didn't like the guy. I guess it's good, just a guess. You understand? I don't know why I go there, but it was just a feeling. And that's that. But Joey was saying he wants to help the working class or something of that nature. That he's made a lot of mistakes in his life and he wants to make up for it, and all that sort of thing. Which Dave doesn't appear to believe. And so, Joey was offended and all that. But at the same time, I'm not entirely certain what all Joey would get out of it. But anyway, that's what he's doing. So there you go. Joey C. running for president. Now, drawing this as I did on the show with just pencil and ink, can't really, he looks a lot younger here than he is. So let me go ahead and touch up the hand here and all that. But so now what I got to do is add in the gray. So the sides, very gray. There we go. Do that where it's kind of shaped. And then I shouldn't have put those stupid lines in there, but I did. They're there. So I can kind of, he's got some kind of facial growth. At least that's what I detected. And then we'll add a layer for some amount of gray. Once again on the sides. There we go. All right. Okay. I don't even remember. He had a shirt on. I think it was some color like that. I could probably just. There we go. Oop, that's not enough. All right. Oop, come here. There we go. Let's see, something like this. I have no idea what color the undershirt was, but I'll just go for this sort of navy blue. And we'll put this here. That, this, that, and that. All right. So, very disappointed. And Mr. Sarah, I guess. There we go. Meanwhile, I don't know how Shmuel got into the argument, but Joey doesn't like Shmuel. And I still don't know. I don't really know why particularly. Of course, Karmic doesn't. Continues to defame the man, really. I mean, it's a terrible accusation to just throw away, but then one need only consider the source of Karmic, and you don't have to worry too much about it. But anyway, Joey C called Shmuel a mummy. Now that one was a new one on me. So I quickly did a little doodle of Shmuel wrapped up like a mummy. So that's about it. That's all there is to it. Let me see here. Like this. So, and there is. Well, I saw this. I put a video out about that Lee Cronin's The Mummy, which looks to be a very creepy film, if not disturbing. So it's very different from previous iterations of The Mummy. You've, of course, had the Brendan Fraser film, which is more of a Indiana Jones action adventure type film or films. They ended up doing 3, but the first 2 are the best. And then you had, and they're going to do another one now. All of us, they were going to get them back and all that. So, okay. But some time ago now, they were going to do that Dark Universe thing, going to have their own Marvel Universe, but for the Universal monsters, Frankenstein and Dracula and all that. And they started off with The Mummy with Tom Cruise in it. And that one just sort of borrowed some elements of the horror, origins of the tale, and then mixed it somewhat with the Brendan Fraser films. But it didn't work. And so now they're going to do this strange mummy story. And we'll see how that goes, but it's certainly a full-on horror movie in the creepiness of it and everything. And we'll see how that goes. But of late, the pursuing of things like that, which are like sort of like the old classic of horror, some do all right and over the years, but a lot don't. And probably the worst of the batch so far in recent times was the Wolfman movie they did. It had some interesting elements to it, but ultimately, it just wasn't any good. But well, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, there we go. Shmuel as a mummy, and angry Joey C. Telling Dave Sarah, you know. So finally, Karmic got to laugh at somebody else. Usually he's cussing people out and stuff like that. And you rarely see him showcase any happiness. There was rare moments when he initially broke up with Gilly. He was quite normal and coherent and everything, talking to Pat. He claims now that he was inebriated during that conversation. He was not. So obvious. He got drunk later. It wasn't long after he began to, oh no, Gilly's gone, oh, and all that. So he got weak and fell apart. And so he was pretty intoxicated then. I mean, even I got to talk to him while he was, pretty drunk. And I was like, "Good Lord, you're gonna fall back into place already." And sure enough, yeah. So, so there's that, and I was just talking about it on Pat Shaw. I said, "Yeah, you could go back to his earlier streams, and that's when he just seems like a normal guy. Had no idea what was about to unfold." And the only other time, now that I think about it, in recent times, was when he had that all night just talking to Scarlett Hampton. And really on both of them, because there was, all the drama about Scarlett and her boyfriend and all that stuff. And even she seemed happy to be having a really good time. I don't know what the hell they were talking about, but they were getting along. And then, well, he had to throw all that away. Everybody say, "Hey, let's, get them together" and all that. I don't know that was in the cards per se, but just good Lord, the only good time he had. Yeah. But alas, this too was not to be. No. So, and that's how that goes. And then all of a sudden you were blocked. Although he's since, I don't think he's been like complete. Maybe he has been recently. I don't know. It seems like he wasn't overtly nasty to Scarlett. He says, I wish her well. I hope things work out for her. She's like the sister I never had, or something like that. Because these are the terms that fall within the rules and that sort of thing. But as far as immediately trashing her like he did Tass and Ari Jane, one of the many reasons to find him quite despicable. But as far as I know, he didn't do that to Miss Hampton. But that's about it as far as the only other thing would be him watching poor Rob Saul knock over his monitor for his new set. And so it's like, and it's the thing is like, he's decided to watch a clip, which he craps on everybody else for doing. And he does it with Rob. Now, he was saying, "Oh, I feel bad for Rob. Oh, but it's funny. Oh," and yeah, that's how it started out with you. And then you lost your mind. So again, like if the roles were reversed and it was Rob Saul watching a clip of Karmic make a total fool out of himself, at least with Rob, it's just this dumb accident, and he bumped the table, which I didn't even realize. I was looking at it like, I don't know, probably the second or third time. And oh, wait, don't need that. It wasn't much of a table. It was about the size of an ironing board. And I'm like, good Lord, this was bound to happen. I don't know. That's the setup he's got. And he's got this, big screen there. And, but, the good news is it's fine. He didn't break it permanently, But, geez, it was precariously perched on this very thin strip of, it's not a desk, it's like a board or whatever, And oops. And I guess it's just what he had. I don't know, but yeah. But anyway, you see the result. So anyway, Karmic was having a giggle over that, and I mean, of course, it's humorous. It's funny how you can see that in other people. Now you're not going to see Rob melt down over it and lose his mind every time someone brings it up or anything like that. That'll be the difference. With Karmic, had something like this happen, he'd never get over it, especially if you keep bringing it up and stuff, or someone uses, like I said, it's like for Rob, he should just use that as like his ending teaser of his new show. And yeah, he's like, whoa, yeah. So, it's just one of those things. You got to take those lemons and make lemonade. It's just, that's what you do with those damn lemons. Oh, they're annoying at first, but then, well, then you kind of, you make that lemonade, and then you have a tasty treat. Oh, yes. So anyway, Rob, wanting to get back into the game, I guess, and just testing out his setup, and then oh no, I didn't want it to do that, but it did. And I think he had like a red shirt on or sweater or something. I don't know. Now this, of course, is the cartoon interpretation of events. It didn't really look this way, not entirely. Close enough. And the dog, well, I got the dog all wrong. But, good enough, I would think. And I do. Which hits, look, that's how I drew it. Oh, yeah, so just going to do this here. Yeah, we got to put that there like that. Yeah, we got to color the pants. Because it's blue jeans. Yeah. I just had a pair of blue jeans and put those on for doing the show. Yeah. Hey now. And yeah, I guess that's it. And the dog, of course, is well, he's got white fur and black fur. Doesn't look anything like this cartoon iteration, but I'm gonna go with it because I can. Oh crap! I was gonna make the. I don't know if the collar is red. I think there was a collar. Damn, I didn't really pay attention. So, but I'm going to go with that. I think that'll be fine. I don't think the dog is going to write in and complain. You completely got that wrong. I wouldn't be caught dead in that collar. It's horrible. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed. Nothing but shame. So it's like, yes, even the dog has more of a sense of humor than Karmic X. All right. We'll add, I guess I'll just use gray here. It's good enough. And that is the motto of the show. It's good enough. It'll do. It's fine. Oh, oh. There we go. I have to start screaming and ranting about it. So then Joe Burrow can put those guitar riffs on. Yeah, it's perfect. God damn, that's hilarious. You're gonna want to check out So Thorough Joe Burrow and his takes on his takes, or rather Karmic's takes as put together by So Thorough Joe Burrow when he starts raging. Jeez. But see, that's how you. Sure, it's fair use and other people's property, but you have to put it together, be transformative, and make it your own. And that's exactly what Joe did. Yes, yes. All right. I know. I know. Oh, well. But it'll be all right. Like I said, damn it. His monitor survived. We did see proof of life of the monitor. So it's going to be all right. And there will be more Rob Saul show coming your way. Probably today. I don't know. And there you go. Oh, no. I mean, he's had worse things happen. So, he'll roll with the. There's going to be a lot of jokes at his expense. He's used to it. It happens. Okay. Whoops. There we go. I think that'll do. almost. Oops. You forgot to color in my hand. My hand's not rotting off. Ah, no. Yeah, you're right. You got me. Let me. There we go. Look at that. There you gotta. That's a lot better. Yeah. And the dog's had enough. Doesn't want to do the show anymore. Good Lord. They're going to kill us all with this nonsense. So anyway, then I guess I'll just leave it like that as a, well, I should leave well enough alone, but I can't stand it. I got to do something. I got to take this extra piece of crap line out of there. You piece of shit. Let's see here. Well, I guess what I could do is just do a very light blue as some sort of indication of the screen that exists there. And then we'll just make it fade off into the ether like so much else. There we go. Yeah. Just like the pants. Yeah. It's like so. And the little bar there. There we go. See, isn't that nice? Yes, it is. All right, there we go. Rob having his troubles. And for once, karmic, it's not him hitting the rake in the yard. A rare moment in the life of Karmic X. All right, I think that's all the drawings. There's Karmic. There's Shmuel and Joey C. This is the Star Trek thing. But first, yes, Karmic in his flashy outfit. It's a shame he's not going to Hackamania. See, he had the suit and everything. All right. So I've been doing these Star Trek things, and there's quite a few behind the scenes pictures from Star Trek. And I've done a series of those before and put Kumia's face in it. And then and then, of course, like I said, he talked about that crappy Starfleet Academy show. Apparently it was as bad as it looked in the trailers and whatnot. No surprise there. Predictable as ever. And it was crap. How far has Star Trek fallen from its glory days? Oh boy. It went off into a deep, deep black hole. And it's collapsing into the singularity. But anyway, there's quite a few of these. This one is in pretty bad shape. I've done what I can to bring the color back. But for the most, originally it was just all pink almost. It's pretty close to what it was, but it it looks a lot better than this on the show, But this is the one, The Journey to Babel, and that's the one where Kurt touched that bitch's tears, and it had some sort of chemical in it that makes you fall in love with her, so he falls in love with her. But in the end, she's got to go because she's being married off to the prince of this guy's people. And anyway, it's a long-winded story. But anyway, this is a behind-the-scenes shot, and the guy's doing the snap there. And there you go. Well, so they had to do some amount of color repair. There's quite a few of them, but they don't quite fit with where I only want one main character's face in it. There's a couple where it's like Kirk and Spock or Kirk and McCoy and stuff like that. And I'll pick one of those for the Wednesday show because that's when he does the show with Gavin. So Gavin will be in there as well as one of the characters. So I've decided this alien will be Kumia. Gonna try this face because it's in the right position. This is another profile shot that I have of Anthony that I've used hundreds, if not thousands of times. But I only have a few. Here, I don't remember. It's a shot from the old Compound show, but I don't know. He was a bit irritated about something. I don't know. Doesn't quite match up with the expression on the alien here, but I'll do the best I can. So here we go. So basically, all that will survive from Anthony's face or his head rather, is the front of his face. So we'll put it in there. And then, of course, going to have to do something about that skin color. It's not going to work out at all. Well, you know, the Moors. No, Anthony. I mean the green skin that's required for your alien appearance. I've actually done quite a few Star Trek imagery, but this was to be the theme of behind the scenes. There was another image of Kirk that I found on Pinterest that was really good, but it's not. I mean, you know, you don't have the what do you call these anyway? The clip, the damn it, you know, so they can tell the shots from scenes, so that when they're editing it. Well, anyway, it wasn't one of those, and I kind of need that in there to continue on with the theme. So I'm going to have to kind of adjust Anthony's face so he'll fit whoever this guy is. And, of course, I can fade his face. Oh, jeez. And there was some way I could keep it like that where you mold the two together. I mean, it is feasible, but yeah, I don't think that'll work. It's not exactly recognizable. Yeah, see, these are the things that happen during these photoshops. All right. I guess that'll do somewhat. Damn, I wish I could do it. Like, there's really no way. So I'm just going to go ahead and do away with Anthony's hair, with his ear. All right. So now, let's see here. Too much of that. Whoops, not that. Yeah, it must be somewhat brighter, basically. But it definitely come on. Because a lot of this is it's like he has green makeup. Oops, wrong one. The green makeup on, but it's like, oh, they didn't put it on thick enough because it's coming through and all that. And another thing is, this is the graininess of the picture. So I go into look for noise. Filter, noise, add noise, and there you go. There's some amount of that. Maybe it's not exactly the same, as the other. And I will need it to go a little bit darker as the light is coming from elsewhere. And okay. So match up the color as best as possible. Not really doing a good job of it, but somewhat limited. Yes, yes. And we need to bring his eyes out. So we'll go back here. There we go. Maybe a little bit there. Whoa, that almost looks crap. Did I screw that up? Or no, I guess not. All right. There we go. Crap. Jeez. Nope, that's too big. Yeah. And then we'll go here. This kind of gray. Some of that out. Damn. All right. Well. A little bit there. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Why is it? Yeah. Oh, geez. I didn't even know it would do that color. Well, let's just go ahead and do that. So we can have some amount of defining contrast there. And then we'll take some of this out. All right. There you go. Yeah. So, where's my, there it is. Oh, that's the older one, I think. No, it's the newer one. Anyway, there we go. You have the signature. Mr. Nailsin. That way, you'll know. It's a Nailsin. At the end of the Anthony Cumia show. Ta-da! See, it's great, isn't it? Sure is. That's amazing. That's incredible. Not really, but we'll pretend. Let's see here. No super tips. All that work. And I got super tip written up all over the screen. How many hours to be monetized? I'm monetized on super tip right now. Karmic is entertaining to a point. Terry Need, this is all a daily Rocky Horror Picture Show entertainment. But which character is Karmic? Terry, Kevin knows how to play people off each other because of being raised in an enormous Catholic family. Terry, could this climax at Hackamania as it did on Dallas with Jack? Good Lord, I would hope not. D-Rex says, good morning, Dub. Good morning, D-Rex. Pumpkin spiced hair. Wow, hi. We've got a major celebrity here. Love the videos and stuff. Good Lord, it's incredible stuff. It says, howdy, howdy, pumpkin spice heroin. John the Beagle Dad, good morning. Good morning, John the Beagle Dad. Hey, that looks like me after a day of work. Well, that was 34 minutes ago. So was it Joey C? Was it Shmuel as a mummy? I guess it was Luke says Shmuel does have some Marty Feldman vibes sometimes. Let me guess. It's in the eyes. Luke says, I think Karmic seemed like someone coming out of a fugue state while he spoke to Pat. Where am I? What year is it? My God, I'm still alive. Yeah, something like that. Luke says, ever since he went back, he's reverted to the same personality he seemed locked into since he started the absurd drinking and cunnilingus diatribe. Yeah, what a horrible diatribe it was. Luke says, it's like you have an old beat-up car engine that sometimes clicks back into working properly when the weather conditions are right. Yeah, or it's like someone who's deathly ill and it's coming to an end. And then all of a sudden they rebound for like a day. Like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then the next day they're dead. Lugs, I wish his ring light still looked like evil robot eyeballs in his sunglasses reflection. Every now and then it does it. I think when he's actually back home, that should return. A. Thompson, Doug, did you see the article about the 23-year-old trading sex for insulin? No. Lou says, your Joey C drawn tonight during Pat's stream is eerily accurate. Well, it was what he was doing. Sitting there really pissed off at Dave Sarah. Lugs, I'm afraid he's going to jump off the page and sputter at me stupidly. Yeah, I guess I could stick that in AI and see what animation it does with it. Luke says, I feel like when I'm an old man, I'll be feeding Karmic's persona into AI and having him interact with cartoon characters. Give him his own episode of Ren and Stimpy, etc. Sure, knock yourselves out. Luke's, none of the young whippersnappers will believe he was a real person. That's the thing. Yeah, that's probably true. It's like, this is all a thing. He's not even real. It's just an AI cartoon that looked, that kind of thing. That's going to happen a lot. They're not going to believe any of this happened. Anyway, Luke's Orion Knife Fighter. Huh. Yeah. This is the scene where, Kirk ends up getting stabbed in the back, fighting off some assassin. Luke's, that's getting close. Luke's, I wonder if your experience in manipulating Photoshop would make you competent at contouring stage makeup. That looks surprisingly good when you zoom out to normal levels. Well, I mean, it is similar to dealing, which is odd because when I was in art school, I avoided color as much as possible. I mean, the paint. A lot of them, I just did them all black and white. And I said, yeah. I'm just a monochromatic guy with no chromatic. And because I did, a lot of times it's because I have a hard time deciding what color should be what in something. And but here the color's already decided for me. So trying to, I guess I probably could have figured that crap out. But yeah, I was never going to bother with makeup per se. Luke says, I can't Photoshop my way out of a wet paper bag, so I stick to low resolution 8-bit illustration. The lack of detail gives me a lot of leeway since I can't draw with a pencil. Yeah, well, that's like one of these old photos that's deteriorated. So there's a lot there that I put to use. So I added the deterioration to Kumia's image to match up with the one of the grain on this one. And that goes a long way too. And there was some amount. I mean, like I said, it started off, I probably should have left it alone when I came in. And, but, you know, I didn't want to be up all morning. This is my late evening for me and dealing with it. So I already set it up, but I had to adjust the color quite a bit. You can still see the red tones in it. It was pretty massive. I mean, almost the entire image was pink, but you could barely tell that some of the elements, especially the alien, was still there. And so slowly but surely had to come out. Anyway, Luke says, I just play with shades and color on a 24 by 24 canvas and make a little video game skull or bug, etc. Well, if it works. Luke's, I've been using this software called Sprite. Geared towards low resolution or small images. Apparently, lots of video game developers use it when creating assets. Luce's retro style, you know. Oh, yeah, like the old, very blocky characters in the games. Well, that's what they did. I understand that retro games are popular with the kids these days. That's nice. That's nice. Anyway, there we go. Colored the cartoons that I drew on Pat's show. Then I put together an image of Anthony Cumia as an alien on a scene from Star Trek. Yep. That's what I did, in case you're just showing up. So that'll do it. That'll do it. And I'll do another one, I'm sure, perhaps tomorrow, perhaps later tonight. Tune in to find out. Anyway, have a good rest of your day. I'm going to get ready for bed. I know. Seems strange, but I don't know. It's just how I do things. You know, it's the job and stuff. Anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching. We'll do it again soon.
Where was she when I was young?